What's going on, everybody? This is Steve with MrbigKid, and today we are going to be cooking up a whole chicken, into a smoked spatchcock chicken. Now, you might be wondering what a spatchcock chicken is. Well, let me explain this. You take a chicken, you take some heavy-duty shears, or, as I like to use, some badass Milwaukee scissors. Look at these things. You cut the spine out completely from the chicken. Then you open it up, you crack the chest bone, and then you flatten it out. So, I guess it's very juicy the way it cooks. It cooks very evenly, and it should be pretty delicious. I've actually never cooked it before, so I'm excited to try this, and I'm excited for you guys to try it with me. Let's cook up some spatchcock chicken. We're going to smoke it on the PitBoss 820, and then I'm going to make some keto bread. It's basically bread made out of almond flour and like an egg and all that. It's like a really fast microwave recipe. And we're gonna cook that bread up and make keto smoked spatchcock chicken sandwiches. Let's do it. So here's the deal. I'm gonna open this up, and the worst part is opening this and draining it and getting all the juice out and stuff. But once that happens, I'm gonna get that set up. You don't have to watch me do that. I'm gonna cut the spine out with these shears, and we are going to cook it up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it marinate for a couple hours. It's good to marinate an hour per pound, I've heard. So this is 6 pounds. I'm not gonna let it marinate for that long. I'm gonna give it like 2 or 3 hours in marinade, and then I'm gonna cook it up on the grill or on the smoker later on. Here we go. Well, look at that. We got a chicken. So a quick little anatomy lesson. That's its neck area, that's its spine, and that's its butthole. So we're gonna cut the spine out completely with a set of shears. Let's do that. Alright, so I got a little bowl of seasoning. It's real simple, just some salt, white pepper, and some ground up mustard. So you have to remember the chicken's going to be whole. It's going to be spread out now. So we have to actually season the inside right here, because this is all going to be edible meat. I was told that you can take the ribs out, but I was told leaving these ribs in can actually be beneficial to kind of keep the meat from overcooking. A little bit of a thermal barrier. So I'm just going to take some of the seasoning and just sprinkle it on. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I want the flavor mainly to come from smoke and not the seasoning that's on it. So just a little bit of salt to make it pop. That's good. I'm going to flip it over. And then, whoop, almost dropped the seasoning. So I'm going to try to get the skin off right here. And I don't want to take it off completely. So I'm gonna move it, I'm gonna lift it, and I'm gonna set it back because I want the skin there. It's gonna help protect the meat, but I wanna season that meat also. So let's pull all this up down. This is going to go back over the top. I'm going to put its clothes back on right here. And I am going to season the skin a little bit. Because why not? All right. Now, the mustard. Got some of that mustard right here. I'm just going to take a little of my fingers and just rub it right on here. Now it's at 61. I have the thermometer in, and here's a chicken. I decided to do a skin down to protect, so the skin can protect it against the heat source, which is on the bottom. I got the thermometer probe in the center of the chicken breast, so let's see how this turns out. All right, let's see how we're looking. Chicken's starting to look pretty nice. It's at about 139 right now, so we have a little more to go. I'm actually going to put it on top of this pan right here so I can keep some of those juices hanging out with it. There we go, I just flipped it. We have some pretty heavy grill marks on the side, but let's let it sit this way up on the pan. Let it finish off this way. Alright, so it looks like we are reading 165. That's in the center of the chicken breast, so I think we're good to go to pull it out. Let's take a look. That looks pretty good. Alright, so the chicken is going to rest for a little bit. I just pulled it off the smoker. It smells really good. I put it on foil. I'm going to let it sit there for a bit. I'm going to make some really quick keto bread, and we will construct an epic sandwich. 3 tablespoons of almond flour. So I want to do 2 sandwiches, one for my wife and one for myself. So we are going to do double the portion. That's going to be 6 tablespoons of almond flour. Alright, so that is 9 scoops there. Now we're going to do, for each portion, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1, 2, 3. Now right here, I'm going to mix in 3 eggs and 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. So I have these real fancy bread molds. These are pretty much for keto bread. I have 4 of them. I like to cook 2 at a time. It keeps the cooks a little even. So Using this spoon, scoop some up, slap some in the middle. Alright, so we're going to take these two keto breads, slap them in the microwave. I like to do it for a minute, 30 seconds. Keto breads are out, ready to be amazed. Look at this. Boom. They actually taste pretty good too. Alright, first we're going to put a little bit of mayonnaise on these breads. Spatchcock chicken smoked sandwich.